If you want to find out how I did on my round 8 of the Roulette Pan Collab, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I am really excited because this is the finale of the Roulette Pan Collab. If you are not familiar with this panning effort, it was the brainchild of Rebecca Morgan, who is a fellow Canadian, and Sjösten. I think I have her last name right. It's on the screen, the spelling's on the screen. And yeah, I am always delighted to participate. I love these because it makes me dig in my collection and use things that I may not otherwise use because it's prompts. You pick at random, you get a prompt, and that prompt, like something yellow, makes you dig into your collection and figure out what it is that you're going to use for however long you determine as part of the project. And I really like that because it's not just about finishing, it's about using and enjoying. And I really, really enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. So I have 6 products, and it is 6 products that you pick at random. When you finish something, you pick something else. I have 6 products, some of which were rolled in this past period and some that were rollovers from previous periods. And I'm going to go from least amount of progress to most amount of progress, and all of it is pretty much, all of it is eyeshadow or highlighter. So it's all powder products. So let's get into the least amount of progress. A product I managed to only use twice the first time I was using it and 3 times the second round I was using it is this little guy. And it makes sense because it was a single shadow. And it is the Pat McGrath Gold 005 Cream. And it's an okay single. It does not knock my socks off. Most Pat McGrath doesn't. And so I'm just letting you know why I wasn't drawn to use it all that much. And I ended up using it a total of 5 times. And the way I've been using it is as either inner, very, very inner lid, or like I did today, as a center lid kind of pop. That is how I've been using it. And so I've been using it as an accent in a look as opposed to the feature of a look, because I really don't think that it's anything to write home about. I mean, it's a perfectly fine eyeshadow to do like a neutrals but better, but this was part of the, what was it called? Metamorphosis, and it came with another one that was a lot more gold. And it's just, I wouldn't pay $2 for this at the drugstore. I just don't see what the big deal is. And it's 4 grams. There's a lot in here. I'll never get through it. So 005 Gold Cream. So that makes sense that I only used it 5 times because, frankly, meh. I might even declutter it to someone who really likes pretty neutral stuff, because it's just not my thing at all, which is too bad. It's too bad. I would prefer to buy something and love it than to kind of go meh, you know, especially since this was part of a kit that was not exactly cheap. So that's even more irritating. The next least used was this palette, which really, really shocked me. And the reason it was used so little, I can tell you, is all the holiday sets that I was dealing with. There was just a lot. And I really do love this palette. I have thoroughly enjoyed Bloodstone. I think this is my favorite in the palette. Bloodstone is gorgeous, and Raw Energy right here is a beautiful topper. I mean, beautiful topper. I like Third Eye. Some folks did not quite like it. I actually like it, and I'm in my 40s, and it doesn't bother me in the crease whatsoever. I think it's quite fetching. Well, and Tiger's Eye, actually, I have to mention Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is also quite pretty if you want a neutral look, but with a twist. Tiger's Eye is really nice, inner to 2/3 of the lid. I like it quite a bit. If I want to have a blingy look, but that is not over the top, that is good for any day, every day, this is a good palette. And I've thoroughly enjoyed every single time I've dipped into this palette. And today I am wearing Bloodstone, as a matter of fact. So tells you I like it. It's on my eyes today. So yeah, it's inner to almost half the lid. It's a really nice palette. It's a very good release from Urban Decay, and I am looking forward to using it more. And as I said, I think 6 times. I may not have said. Stoned, I used 7 times. 7 times total, including today. Now this next one I used 8 times, and it is a new love of mine, and it is called I Love from Sephora, and it's the Jewel Tones palette. It is really nice, and I even have this one, this mauve, as a blush topper today, because I used a Franken shadow as a bronzer, and I put this one on top, and it acts really nicely as a blush. I just thought I would try it today to see what happened, or see what happens, and it happens to be very nice. And then I have this one in the crease and outer lid, and I think it looks pretty good. Outer crease, outer lid, and it was to deepen the Franken shadow that I also have in my crease from my Panda palette. I don't mind this orange at all, so my preference for this palette for sure are these 3 and this one. So this part of the palette. I've also done a look with these guys, and it turned out really well as well. So I did 2 looks with this palette on my channel to just try to sell this palette as an idea, because it was on for $7 Canadian. That's such a steal. And if you see any more of these I Love palettes available to you, I mean, it's 7 shadows for $7 Canadian. That's insane to me. So if there are some other ones that are available, there's another colorful one that I'm not interested in. But if more of them go down to this kind of a pricing, I like the formula. I like how they perform on the eye. I would not hesitate to get more. So I'm really happy about this palette. Oh, and the categories of what made me choose these products are appearing on the screen as I go. I just don't want to look them up, because this is the finale and we're all good to go. We're just wrapping things up, right? Next one is a new palette to me, just like the Stoned palette is. Stoned Vibes, and it is the Pure and Barbie collab. And this one I have used this liner right here on my lower lash line. So that is what I'm using here. And then I also have this one in the crease as well. So I used these 2 shadows. And I used this one 8 times as well. Yeah, so 8 times for the I Love palette and 8 times for the Pure and Barbie. And in this palette, I have to say that this section right here, the middle right here, and this across right here, I really like those shadows. I don't mind this as a liner, but I don't really like it as an eyeshadow other than liner. They really killed the pinks and reds, which makes sense because it's a Barbie palette. And these 2 shimmers are really beautiful. Actually, these 3 are quite beautiful. This one picks up with great difficulty on the brush. I have to dig to get this one to show up. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Oh, no, sorry. It's this one. This one that I had to dig in. You can see how it's kind of flat, because I just could not get in there with a finger or a brush. And you'll see there's a little bit of some ridges here, and that's because I've literally been digging into the shadow to kind of fluff it up to be able to put it on the inner to center lid. When I do, it looks great, but it definitely is a lot more effort. Whereas with these 2, I don't seem to have the same problem. So go figure. But it's a nice palette. I would recommend it. I like the design of the palette. And it's magnetized, which is kind of nice as a clasp. And all the color names are on the back. This was a delight as my first palette from Pure. and I'm glad I took the gamble. It was on for a really reduced price, and it's been a really good experience, so I'm happy to have it. Now for the couple of items that I did absolutely finish, and that is the Metal Crush palette from KVD Vegan Beauty. I used all 3 of these highlighters, and I do like them. I used them as highlighters on the cheek and as eyeshadow as well. This one, Gamma Ray, I used the most. You can see quite a bit of wear in this corner right there as I knock the camera. And then this one is the one I used the least, and this one was second most used. And the one in the middle is Helix. Helix is quite a white highlighter, so I didn't tend to use it all that much. And then the other one is Rose Shock over here. But most of the time I was using it on the cheeks, which I was pretty happy about, that even though it's quite a blingy highlighter, that it does work nicely with a fluffy brush if you want to add just a little bit on the cheeks. And I did finish this one quite a while ago, actually. I finished it on the 30th of last month. So I finished it quite before the deadline of the end of the project. And finally, the bells of the ball, because I was asked over and over in videos what I had on my eyes, and it was these Inglot pigments that were a hand-me-down from Steph Lyons, my YouTube buddy and pen pal. And I really enjoyed them. This is the 35, which is kind of a bronzy purple, really a beautiful color. And then this one is the 84. This is the one I was getting the most compliments on, and that one is kind of a lime green, it's like an oil slick almost, lime green, blue and brown. It's really nice, lime green, yellow, blue and brown. It's beautiful, like an oil slick, right? It kind of changes colors depending on the movement of your eye. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed using them, and I really put them in the project because I wanted to enjoy them more, and having a focus on them did that. Out of the final 6 products that I had, I managed to finish 2, and I had at least halfway usage on most of them. So I'm pretty happy with what I did to finish up this project. I really do enjoy, as I said, the Roulette Pan collab, and I am looking forward to the next project, and I'm guessing there's going to be 1 or 2 months before we start off on the next one, which is usually the case. And I cannot wait to hear from Rebecca and Alexi when the next one starts, because I will definitely be participating in round number 9. If you have not yet tried this and you want to either try panning or you are an avid panner, I highly recommend this project. It's a lot of fun. It's a very supportive group of people, and it's just so different. If you want to find ways of enjoying your collection more, I really think this is a neat project to consider adding to your penning projects, because it should successfully do just that, help you enjoy your collection more. With that, I will say that's it from me. I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.